Hi there, welcome to the next in our video series of musicianship skills, workshops and little videos like this. My name's Becca and today we're going to start in a new little series of aural skills. So that's skills using our ears. And let me tell you, it doesn't matter how quick we can play our pieces, doesn't matter how good our coordination is, our ears are our best asset as a musician. So today we're going to look at harmony and chords and how can we hear what's happening in the harmony of a piece of music without seeing the music in front of us. So this is a really useful skill, whether it's when we're doing GCSE or A-level music exams, things like cadences, or it could be if we're going to a jam session and we want to just get up and get involved and we want to hear what the other people in the band are playing. Or maybe even it's really useful for things like orchestra rehearsals where we might get a little bit lost in the music. But if we can hear what's happening in the harmony, that's such a big clue as to where we are in the piece and we can find our way back in. So what do we know about this word harmony? Well, our harmony is usually built up from chords. So a chord is two or more notes played together that can be major or minor. So when we put these chords together, they form sentences or phrases that can sound finished or unfinished. Have a listen. Is this one finished or unfinished? Doesn't quite feel like we've got to the end yet, does it? We want to get home. So let's try this again and see if we can bring this chord progression back home. So when we think of harmony and the chords that build that harmony, different chords have different levels of stability. We could think of it like stepping stones across a river. So we start on one bank of the river and that's the beginning of our piece of music. 99% of the time that feels really stable, really at home as we start our piece of music. And then as we go further into our piece, we cross the river and we go on a journey. And the harmony takes us to different places. And each chord can be seen as a stepping stone across that river. So perhaps there are some chords, there are some stepping stones that feel really stable and we can stay on them for a little bit and catch our breath. There are some stepping stones that might be really unstable and feel a little bit unsafe and wobbly, and so we have to find another stepping stone to make our way onto. There are even chords or stepping stones that lead us on really nicely further along in our piece as we cross to the other side, to the other riverbank, which is nice and stable and is at home and we've reached our destination and that's the end of the piece. So in terms of stability, if we take that same example, our C major chord is our home chord, that's the riverbank. And then as we progress, we go to an A minor chord. This feels okay, but we don't want to stay on it for too long. Then we have our D minor chord, which is leading us on to another. We really want to reach our G7 chord. And for those of you who know a little bit more about harmony, that seventh is going to make that chord feel even more like it wants to lead us home. So that G7 is the very, very last stepping stone before we get to that other riverbank and that stability. So if you'd like to learn a little bit more or practice these skills, sign up for the workshop in the link below. It's going to be really good fun and I'd love to see you there.